Welcome to my favorite game of 2018. I suppose you already know what it is if you've seen the video's title. BattleTech. Now, this is not just a computer game from the year 2018. Oh no. This has been a tabletop game for decades, and commands one of the most loyal fan bases I've seen for just about any tabletop game. There's a whole lot that can be said about it. And on top of that, I think this might be one of the best video games this franchise has gotten. You've probably played video games for the BattleTech franchise and not even known it. If you owned an Xbox in the 2000s, you may have played Mech Assault once or twice, or Mech Assault 2, Lone Wolf. And if you're a particular kind of PC gamer, in the 90s and early 2000s, you may have stumbled upon the Mech Warrior games. All of those take place in the BattleTech universe. Only one or two that I've played really show off what this universe is about, though. This is set in a dystopian, neo-feudalist, hyper-capitalist future, where great houses, after the fall of an empire, vie for supremacy and for control of Terra. But this particular game's story does not take place anywhere near Terra. Instead, it takes place on what's called the periphery, where even the great, as they're called, successor states, or great houses, are only a minor factor. And instead the battles are held between minor royal houses desperately trying to maintain order in a war-torn frontier. Who are we in that story? Well, that's what we're going to find out. You can play a standard campaign or a custom campaign. Custom campaign will allow us to adjust game and difficulty settings. We'll be playing with the default settings.
I am Kamea of House Urano, High Lady of the Oregon Reach, Protector of Coromadir, and the Sword of Restoration. But I am not a hero, no matter what the stories say. A hero would have sacrificed more, compromised less. a hero would have done better. You know this, of course. You were there. My father used to tell me stories about the ancient times, about the Star League, a golden age of prosperity, upheld by the great mech warriors of old, guardians of the innocent, protectors of the peace. I always dreamed of following in their footsteps. I was too young to see the truth of things. After all, it wasn't heroism or a noble cause that won me the throne. It was hiring a mercenary, skilled enough, perhaps ruthless enough, to carry the day. Hiring you. I still don't know if you fought for honor or for the thrill of it, for belief in my cause, or just in my money. But whether it was your noble heart or mercenary mind, your actions gave us hope. That makes you a hero in the eyes of history. Whether you believe it, that's up to you.
The story we'll be doing today is BattleTech Restoration. What will we be restoring? I suppose we'll find out. This is the character creation. We're going to pick, as you can see from the top left, our character's background. We've just been welcomed to the Aurigan Reach, a small kingdom in the rimward periphery. You can read all that here, but you'll notice that some of these are yellow names. I'll mouse over these, and if you really want to read these texts, you can pause the video whenever you'd like. Our story begins. We get to choose where we're from in the Inner Sphere, and there's quite a few places to pick. This might be a little overwhelming if you're somewhat new to the franchise. I'll give a summary here. These are the 5 successor states. They're essentially the most powerful states in the Inner Sphere. Most people who live in the Inner Sphere live somewhere in the borders of these 5 places. These places here are going to be local to the place our campaign takes place in. It doesn't go across the whole Inner Sphere. And these are simply the periphery. The rimward periphery is the general area our game takes place in. And the deep periphery, well, that's a different story. And not this particular story, so I don't think we'll come from the deep periphery. The Federated Suns is known for believing that it fights for freedom and justice, but that's not the whole story. The Taurian Concordant is a little bit more libertarian, we'll say, than Davion. And the Magistracy of Canopus is something like well, it's a magistracy. It's a society where women have unusual political privilege. Men are not allowed to seek office. It's an interesting society. It's mostly known for being a refugee haven that many people go to. Now, the personal liberty of its citizens, it does that better than just about any other state, except maybe House Merrick. Let's see, we could be a Canopian if we'd like. Or we could be House Merrick. Think of House Merrick kind of like a stellar version of the Balkan states sometime before World War I. Lots of quibbling different powers and principalities. I think Merrick might be an interesting starting location for our character. So as you can see, our parents immigrated to the Aurigan Reach. We were their eldest child and heir to the family's titles in ancestral BattleTech, which will be a Blackjack BJ1. We'll see what that looks like soon enough. We've met a veteran of the Succession Wars. That would be the third Succession War. The first and second would be outside of living memory at this point, I believe. So we had an uneventful life until about our 16th birthday. And then a catastrophe of the player's choosing happens. Now, I'll give you the most ideal choices are either you were exiled or your family was betrayed, because you want to get your gunnery as high as possible. Gunnery is, well, what increases your chances of hitting an enemy when you shoot at them, so it's essentially the most useful skill to have. That said, a lot of these other backgrounds are quite interesting. This seems like quite an entitled act, you know, wanting for nothing, but just can't take the pampered life. Family could go bankrupt. Could die in an accident. You know, I think our family being betrayed might be pretty interesting. It's only being exiled. We committed an unforgivable transgression. I don't know if we'll ever know what that transgression was. Maybe we'll learn. Let's pick exile. Once we were out in a life of our own, we had to pick a profession here. Once again, the best things to do are pick the ones with gunnery. That would be a Solaris Gladiator or an Oregon Coalition Soldier. Oregon Coalition Soldier seems to make the most sense since we will be in the Oregon Coalition. And the Oregon Coalition, not to spoil too much, but it's quite central to the plot here. That was High Lady Kamea Arano, who is the heir apparent to the Oregon Coalition. So perhaps we'll be an Oregon Coalition soldier. So on a daring mission, we were separated. Raju, our mentor here, saved us, and we were brought into the House Arano Royal Guard. This is where we can choose a character. I find this interesting. If you pick they, that means that you can pick just about any one of the portraits you'd like. This one tends to be my favorite default. This character might be good to start off with. Kind of a blank slate, except for these tattoos. Let's see if we can't get her a hairstyle. There we go. We'll go with she as our pronoun. There we go. A little bit worried. As one probably should be in the deep periphery. I'm sorry, we're in the rimward periphery, the deep periphery. One should be also worried in the deep periphery, but for separate reasons. this one right here. Quite a few makeup options. That one goes over our tattoo there. That one's just perfect. Choose a hair color and choose roots and tips. There we go. Let's see what else we can do. That looks fantastic. See if we can get the roots to pop out a little more here. Some red. We don't have a bright red. We have a bright pink. That might work. Everything else as it is, I think. Finally, time to enter our call sign, first and last name. I know I want for the first and last name. That will work. Our character seems to be ready to go. We are descended from the Free Worlds League, who were exiled for an unforgivable transgression, and then we joined the military of the Eureka Coalition. High Lord Tamadi Arano II is dead. The Eureka Reach is left at an uncertain crossroads. Once prosperous, it is now a kingdom in decline, surrounded by powerful empires. Lord Santiago Espinosa, brother-in-law to the late High Lord, is convinced the slow-moving Council of Founding Houses must be dissolved. His proposed directive would conscript the House Guard and centralize power into a single regime. However, the High Lord's heir, the noble Lady Kamea Arano, is determined to rebuild the Reach without transforming it into an authoritarian state. She refuses to enact her uncle's directive and is rebuked his vehement attempts. On the morning of Lady Arano's ascension to the throne, her loyal captain of the guard, Raju Mastiff Montgomery, makes preparations to escort her safely to the coronation procession that awaits in Cordia City. Coronation Day, Arano Summer Palace, 8:53 local time. We're at an actual game loading screen now, and you'll notice there's a little blurb there. Those will give you things like not just game advice, but also lore advice. We'll notice here that the maneuverings of House Davion transformed the Federated Suns into a monarchy. Those were the people who were talking about fighting for justice and equality across the inner sphere. Turns out they might not be all they say they are. And of course, you can get game advice, like how long-range missiles can fire over targets.
Command interface initiated.
This is just the tutorial. Let's use this time to just look at this game. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, Maya. I had the Espinosa refit yards rush the repairs on your blackjack. Looks like it's all in one piece, but we should run some diagnostics on it, just to be sure. Standard field tests. You know the drill. More importantly, though, I wanted to tell you more about the job I brought you out here to do. Now do me a favor and get that BattleTech moving. Let's see if there's any kinks in the actuators. Well, you heard the man.
I'll come right out and say it, kid. I wasn't completely honest with you the other day. There's gonna be more to this job than escort duty.
More than escort duty, you say? I brought you here because there's something wrong in the capital. It's been too quiet since High Lord Tamati's funeral, and I'm worried about Lady Kamea's safety during her coronation procession. Anyway, looks like your actuators check out. Let's conduct a weapons test. Target one of those burnt-out old urban mechs and open fire.
Like I was saying, I can't prove anything. But my gut tells me something's off. And a warrior trusts their instincts.
Well, let's see if the guns work.
All weapons committed.
They work exceptionally well. Goodness.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Yeah, it is. You'll notice all kinds of things came up there. Lots of things being destroyed. Mechs are made of lots of different working parts in this game. We'll see more about that in detail. Good shot. Your guns are in working order, at least. I've been trading Lady Arano since she was 14 years old. She can be naive at times and proud, but I have no doubt she'll be a just and effective ruler. It's on us to see her safely to Cordia City. I'll rest easier when she's in the capital with her cousin Victoria by her side. Lady Victoria, well, she's only been training under me for a single season, but she's already shaped herself into one of the strongest mech warriors I've ever seen. Reminds me a lot of you, truth be told. Anyway, we should run a checkout on your targeting computer. You see that drone over here? The one moving through the tree line? Put some hurt on it for me, and then when it turns, take it out with a rear angle shot. After it's down, we'll keep moving.
Kamea's like a daughter to me. And her late father, High Lord Tamati, was a good friend.
All weapons committed. All weapons committed. Enemy unit destroyed.
Nice shot. I don't know how familiar you are with Oregon politics, but the Reach has been badly shaken by High Lord Tamati's death. It needs a smooth transfer of power, and Kamea belongs on the former throne. Go ahead and fire up your jump jets, kid. I want to see you descend this cliff face. Aim for that patch of ground there, near the edge of the lake.
Victoria pulls no punches, but she's been a loyal companion to Kamea since they were kids. Aside from you, there's no one I'd rather have by my side in a fight.
Let's test out the jets.
Engaging jump jets. Enemy detected.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Jump jets build a lot of heat, and that was more than your engine could handle. Head on into that water. We need to get you...
Just so you know, in the actual game, jump jets don't build this much heat. But this does introduce us to the fact that mechs have heat, and that they can overheat. And that is a problem. Warning, plasma leak detected. Jump jet malfunction. Jump jet systems damage. System inoperable until repaired. Oh, for the love of all the gods. This is what I get for insisting on a rush job. Not that I had much of a choice. The Espinosa refit logs were backlogged like you wouldn't believe. It looked like they were trying to process every single Royal Guard mech in time for the coronation. There isn't any time to get your jets replaced, so we're going to have to make do without them. Go ahead and take that mech down with a melee attack. I want to be sure nothing else is going to break down on your blackjack before we take it on the Cormorant Road. And now we're introduced to the melee combat. Our mech doesn't have any arms, it's just got guns, so melee looks, well, something like this.
Engaging missile attack.
Just kind of headbutt with your whole upper body there. Good hit. At least that's solid. Alright, one last test. I want you to take your blackjack up to a sprint and evade my attack.
Push that engine, kid. If something goes wrong today, I want to know that your mech can maneuver.
Alright. Let's sprint. Congratulations, Maya. Your blackjack's as combat ready as it can be, given the circumstances. For what it's worth, I hope that my suspicions turn out to be unfounded, and we end the day having a good laugh about what a paranoid old man I've become. But if not, then I know you'll be ready. Alright, it's time to move out. Lady Arano is waiting for us at the mech bay.
An impressive display, Sir Raju. Of course, this mech warrior was a student of yours. I'd expect them to know their way around a cockpit.
Maya, allow me to introduce Kamea Arano, the soon-to-be High Lady of the Aurigan Coalition. Is Lady Victoria on this channel? For the time being, my father has summoned me to the Picton docks. I have a fleet inspection and a tour of the family refit yards to preside over before the coronation. Behold the responsibilities of a noble daughter, a fount of tedium that never runs dry. I know the feeling, cousin. By this time tomorrow, I'll be responsible for the entire reach. Give my best to your father, and don't be late for the tourney. The gambling dens are already taking bets on how long it'll take me to cripple that customized monstrosity you pilot. Bold words, cousin, but the only victory they'll be celebrating is mine. You may be ascending the throne today, but my Kaga is more than a match for the family heirloom you call a BattleTech, and in the arena, I reign supreme. We'll see, cousin, we'll see. At any rate, I'll see you at the tourney grounds. Sir Raju, I'm ready to go when you are. Overland, along the Cormorant Road, as is the Arano tradition. Aye, Kamea. We'll get you there in one piece. Maya, fall in behind me. And remember what I told you.
Mission successful.
So that's the tutorial mission. The first one. That just tells us the basics of maneuvering our mech and controlling the game. There aren't actually a whole lot of buttons to press in this game. We're going to be put right into our next mission, and then the next one after that.
I remember the Aurigan Reach of old, the time of the Great Expansion. I was just a boy then. Proudly we went forth, bringing the light of our coalition to so many systems. And for what? To see our great kingdom slowly waste away? Year after year, the Council deliberates while our economy falters, and the wolves bay at every door, while covetous neighbors plot against us. Well, I say, it can go no further. We are here today because if Lady Arano will not act, someone must. I know what I'm asking of you. You will face former comrades, or even loved ones, on the battlefield. I take up arms against my own niece. But remember, today we sacrifice so that tomorrow we can return our kingdom to its proper glory, to its proper strength. So should you fall tonight, know that you did so as true heroes of the Reach. To your stations, for the Directorate!
It appears a coup is underway. Once again, a lot of the politics in this game are based around the politics of Europe, especially in the early and middle 20th century. You'll see references not only to World War I and World War II, but also the medieval era and what the world looked like after the fall of Rome, and what Europe looked like, especially as the Roman Catholic Church took over, though I don't know if that particular metaphor is going to play a very big role in this campaign. The RCC in this would be Comstar. We'll hear about Comstar here and there, but they won't play a major role as far as I'm aware.
Command interface initiated.
Right. I'm going to miss this, Raju. The clarity of purpose that I feel in the cockpit of a battle mech, the simplicity of it. But there they are, just up ahead, the city gates and my future all laid out before me. Wait. What's that smoke? A guard post. One of the small ones that dot the roads leading into the capital. But the emergency band's been quiet all morning. I haven't heard anything about any fire.
This is damned odd, and I don't like it. Kid, keep Keep your head on a swivel and be ready for anything.
So you'll notice that we control not just our own character now, but Mastiff and Kamea as well. Mastiff would be Raju Montgomery's call sign. Kamea doesn't get one. Or perhaps her name is call sign enough. Some sort of explosion. Looks recent, too. Do you think this was an accident? No chance. You see those scorch marks on the rubble? That's laser fire. We need to get you out of here, Kamea. Right now. Yes, I think you're right. There's a patrol of Royal Guard mechs up ahead. We should go to them.
Whatever's happening here, I won't let it derail your coronation. Your people need you.
Thank you, Raju. I will prove myself worthy of the faith you've placed in me.
Of that, I have no doubt.
Let's get to the road as quickly as we can.
Moving out.
That Kintaro moves quite quickly.
Acknowledged. I'm moving.
The Kintaro right here that Kamea's piloting is easily the most powerful mech that we've got here, though Mastiff Centurion can take probably quite more beating.
I'm
Oh,
moving.
no, Kamea's actually got higher armor as well.
I'm on it.
Right. We'll probably want to make sure that all of our characters move into this square more or less at the same time. Or at least very close together.
I'll make it happen.
Roger.
Hail, Mastiff! Hail, Lady Arano! We were planning for Lady Arano's coronation parade when we got word of a disturbance along the Cormorant Road. House Arano guardsman. A guard post behind us was attacked. Sir Raju found evidence of laser fire. Is the road behind you clear? Aye, all the way to the southern gate. Lead the way, Sir Raju. We'll fall in behind you and guard your six. Tell me something, guardsman. If the road is clear, why is your battle mech damaged? Our mechs are overdue for maintenance. But that isn't important right now. We need to worry about Lady Arano's safety. Now, my lady, if you'll come with us... No. You're lying to us. It's my coronation day. No mech tech would have set you out for parade duty in that condition. I am your sovereign, sir. You will tell me what happened here. Damn it, girl. We don't have time for them. Take them. Kill the old man and the mech warrior, but take Lady Arano alive.
Fall back, Kamea. Get behind us.
You didn't train me to cower, Raju. You trained me to fight.
Safeties disengaged.
Yes, he did. Let's see how that training paid off.
I'll do what you ask.
We don't get to shoot this turn, so it doesn't.
Lucky bastard. That was a solid hit.
They hit our right torso, and you'll notice we've taken quite a bit of armor damage. That's also where we carry our AC-10 ammo. That was a melee attack, so how about we respond kind and kind? That's his PPC gone.
Take that as a lesson.
They seem quite intent on
Run through
attacking
my defenses.
our Mastiff here.
Reading you loud and clear.
Shoulders wide open. Let's see. We could also melee the Shadowhawk, but I have a better idea. Let's use one of these special moves. Multi-target. We can do this because Kamea has quite a high gunnery skill that we can't see right now. Just be satisfied that it's quite high. Let's split our fire.
I'll make it happen.
we won't be able to split our fire with our character yet. Not skilled enough. Let's see then. Since this panther's been knocked down, we're able to do a pulse shot. Let's see if we can't get a headshot.
All weapons committed.
Nice job, kid. One
Well-
fewer hostile on the board.
We shot everything else.
Talk to me.
Let's see. The right torso's damaged. So show them your left side here. Are.
Affirmative. That was a critical hit, lad.
Thankfully none of that hit our open shoulder.
Yes, I hear you.
Kameya's built up a lot of heat. Maybe it'll be better to open with melee attack. Melee attacks don't build heat.
Inflicting heavy damage.
So as you can see, she lost a lot of it. You lose heat each turn. You'll lose more if you're standing in water like we were in the tutorial. Follow up on that attack.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Kameya. Kameya, can you hear me? Alexander, we were just attacked. The Royal Guard, my own guardsmen, tried to take me prisoner. It's happening here, too. The Royal Guard are killing one another in the halls. Lord Corrosis' house guard just got gunned down in front of me. The tourney pavilion is a slaughterhouse. I won't let these seditionists, or whoever they are, steal my birthright. We must rally every loyalist we can find and make a push on the capital. I'll take my throne by force if I must. Go to Rotoroa Township by the armory. Your soldiers are using it as a rallying point. I heard Lord Decimus sends his house guard there a few minutes ago. Someone's there. I have to move. Rally what forces you can and meet me at the tourney grounds. Be safe. You heard him, Mastiff. Rotoroa Township. We'll go there, rally our fighters, and march on the southern gate with an army at our back. Kameya, I know that you and Lord Adair are friends, but we can't take what he told you on faith. Right now, we don't know who we can trust. In this case, we do. Alexander has been my closest friend and confidant for as long as I can remember. His loyalty is beyond question. I trust him with my life and yours. Now take me to the armory. As you command, my lady.
Traitors in the guard. And I fear this is only the beginning. Follow me. Keep close and remember your training. Things are likely to get ugly between here and there.
Raju's mech has taken quite a bit of damage. Got that open shoulder with not much structure left. That's that orange bar. Once that depletes, this part comes off. It'll take this arm with it. And AC-10's our main weapon.
Tell me what you need.
Let's have Kameya lead. She's got a powerful
Copy
short-range weapon set. And she's also got more armor than any other mech right now.
Let them
Reserve.
come. I'll be waiting.
Essentially, these are different phases of the turn. When I reserved, Mastiff went from phase 4 to phase 3, and the enemies on phase 3 got to take the move.
Standing by.
Doesn't look like there's going to be anyone in range yet. Let's reserve again. Wait for them to come to us.
I'm holding up.
Enemy detected.
Doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to get the fire
I'm listening.
solution. Alright.
You have my attention. Confirmed.
You'll notice the further a mech goes, or faster it goes, it'll get more of these arrows here. These are what's called evasion picks. They make you harder to hit. Each time you get shot at, you lose one. Think of it as concentrating fire to bring down an evasive target.
Orders? Ready to run.
Full throttle.
Let them make the first mistake.
We've seen our first vehicle in the game, the Galleon. Vehicles tend to be less durable than mechs. They take double damage from melee, and they usually don't have a very powerful weapons complement.
I'm listening.
That's not always going to be the case, though. Let's see, looks like this is a target-rich environment. Let's have our character take out that Galleon. Probably don't need to fire every weapon.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Kameya's taking
Barely
her first
scratched
amount
my
of
armor.
damage.
Standing by.
Can't even tell where it was. Ah, right leg. It's quite the heavily armored battlement. Alright. Doesn't look like it's equipped with jump jets.
I'm on my way.
You can see our weapons on this mech here. Each of them have a different hit chance. Our LRM-5, that's short for long-range missile, that's going to have a lower hit chance because we're in its minimum range. I don't need to be firing this. Let's be conservative with our heat build up here.
Discharging weapons.
Good hit.
Vehicle destroyed.
Vehicles are frequently more durable than this, but they're still not considered say very powerful on the battlefield compared to this. Looks like no one can get a direct shot on the striker.
Roger that.
We'll have Raju fire power
Affirmative. Talk to me.
You'll notice Raju goes earlier than everyone. That's because he's a master tactician. So you'll notice we do 70 melee damage, but if we attack this,
To hell with the weapons. Damn you for making me do that, son.
a one shot. That actually did 140 damage, though I didn't see a damage number show up.
Yes, I hear you. Confirmed.
Kameya, do you read me? It's Espinosa, your uncle. Do you hear me? House Espinosa is usurping the throne. It can't be. My uncle. Victoria. Kameya, I just watched an Espinosa battle mech plow through an alley full of civilians. This is happening, and it's happening now. Your loyalists have fallen back to the market district. That's where they're making their stand. What's left of the Royal Guard is doing their best, but there's something wrong with their battle mech. What's that sound? Oh, God.
Alexander!
clear what our plan might be now. It's over, Commander. Your ascendancy, the Arano legacy. All of it. Victoria, what have you done? No, Command. For years, I loved you like a sister. But then my father helped me see it, the family's complacency. What it's done to the Reach. Our nation dwindles like a dying star, and House Arano is to blame. My father offered you a path to glory. I have fought under your banner proudly, served at your strong right hand. It was like a knife in my heart when you turned it away. Damn it, Victoria, I taught you better than this. You taught me lies. Kamea, for the love that I once bore you, I'm going to give you a chance to surrender. I'll even spare the old man and his mech warrior to stand down now. I don't want to see you hurt, but you cannot be allowed to rule. I'll see you hanged for this, Victoria. You and your father both, do you hear me? You are traitors to the Reach, and I will bite you to the last. And you truly are a fool. I'll spare you in spite of yourself, but you've cost your royal escort their lives.
Attention, all Espinosa forces. This is Lady Victoria Espinosa. Lady Arano is to be apprehended and taken alive by my command. Fail to follow these instructions, and you will have me to deal with.
We're fighting 3 battle mechs now. Once again, they're all pretty poorly armored. Let's see. As a general rule, you want to attack the more vulnerable enemies first. However, I really don't want Raju taking the front line here. Let's see if we can't move him over here. Into the trees.
Affirmative.
And with a decent amount of distance. Have him attack this locust. Well done.
Battle mech down.
Kintaro's holding strong.
Is that your best shot? You have my attention.
We can melee the spider. But the cicada hasn't moved yet. So we've got 2 turns here. Let's save Kamea. She's easily got the most firepower here. Fire on that cicada.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
We've done pretty significant damage. Let's see if we can't
Tell me
finish it
what
off.
you need. I'm on the move.
I'd also like to get some damage on that spider. We'll throw an SR6 at the spider.
Engaging the enemy. Multiple targets. Reporting a critical strike.
Incoming transmission.
Attention, citizens of Coromadir 6. This is Lord Santiago Espinosa. With the unanimous support of the founding houses, I have assumed control of the Oregon Coalition. For your own protection, I urge you to remain calm and stay indoors when otherwise instructed. All hostile units, stand down, and you have my oath that you will not be harmed. Resist, and you will be fired upon.
My father placed his faith in that man. I gave him my trust. He was family. Reading you loud and clear.
Let's see.
I'm on it.
Still haven't finished off that spider. Be able to get our... yes. Blackjack's equipped with AC-2s. Like the LRMs, they have a pretty sizable minimum range. They're intended as long-range weapons.
All weapons committed.
Kamea, do you read me? Alexander, thank the gods. I thought I'd lost you when the bombs fell. You very nearly did, Kamea. The city is lost. We have to get off this planet, and we need to do it now. I can't abandon Cormadir. This is my home. My birthright. The battle's over, Kamea. Lord Madeira has the right of it. It's time for you to run. Escape from this madness and live to restore the Coalition another day. You're both right. My uncle is one. The breach is his. We'll mourn for it later, the both of us. Right now, you need to move. I have a dropship waiting at Shepherd's Pass. I'm on my way there right now. Hurry and meet me there. Please. We're on our way.
You get to that ship, Alexander. I mean it. We will not lose you and my throne on the same day.
Orders?
We'd better not have Rajan be the first person to be on target. Let's have him sprint somewhere. Right into these trees.
Copy that.
Yes, I hear you.
Both the Blackjack and the Taro have quite a bit of heat built up.
Full throttle.
Let's give them something other than Rajan to shoot at.
You have my attention.
You've got my attention.
Scorpion can do quite a bit of pinpoint damage, but right now our armor's pretty good.
Here we go.
Well done, Roger.
You were brave, I'll give you that much.
I'm listening. I'm moving out.
This is your last chance, cousin. Don't make me order your death. Do whatever you must, betrayer. A headstrong fool to the end. Dear goodness. Captain Haas, destroy them. Mastiff, my cousin. All of them. Leave no survivors.
As you command, my lady.
As you He doesn't seem too broken up about it. Let's see. Laser turrets. And a Wolverine battlement. It's quite a powerful model. Let's see. We better focus on those turrets first. We don't get to choose to shoot this round. So that's the right post. So space left.
Moving out. Orders.
Those turrets have quite a bit of hit points, but only one place to put it in. Well, let's see exactly what that is later. You'll notice I faced my right torso away from him. That's why we haven't lost an arm. As you can see, the battle mechs all have different, well, health bars all over the place. The battle mech can lose an arm or a leg, keep fighting. Vehicles, well, if they take any internal structure damage enough to take a side to 0, they'll be destroyed. And turrets, well, they only have the one health bar like you would have in most games. That means turrets, no matter how much health they have, tend to be pretty fragile compared to everything else. Well, we can focus down the turret with our blackjack.
Copy that.
LRMs don't do a very impressive amount of damage. That's basically what you get for having some useful tactical advantages. We may not be able to take down this turret in that case. Let's focus on the Wolverine.
All weapons committed. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
That shot went internal. Talk to me.
Raju looks like he's in a lot of pain right now.
Aye, aye. Aye, aye.
Damage minimal.
That turret's almost down. Let's see if we can bring that down for certain.
All weapons committed.
There we are.
Target destroyed.
Standing by. Sounds good. I'm moving.
We'll just just fire the SRMs for now. Might be now.
If you had any sense, you'd retreat.
He's not quite
Got
dead
my
yet.
attention.
You'll notice he moved to a later phase when he fell over. Knockdowns mean you usually get to get the advantage on the enemy. We should be able to finish him now.
Firing. What a waste.
Reading loud and clear.
Now I just think that everyone's the event zone.
Confirmed.
Thank the gods you made it, Kamea. Captain Halverson's prepping the engines now. It's another 5 minutes. We'll be ready to depart. 5 minutes is a long time. Maya, you see Lady Arana to the docking line. When she's aboard, come back to me. I'll hold this pass against whoever comes.
Thank you, Sir Raju. Thank you both. Won't forget what you've done for me today. I promise you that. Location confirmed.
Madam President has boarded one. All units advance. I want you to take down that dropship, destroy everyone and everything that stands in our way. Alright, Maya, I trained you for this. We'll fight side by side, watch each other's backs. Above all else, we will keep Lady Arano safe. Protect that dropship, it's all that matters. Warning, engine heat, critical. Warning, error, shutdowns initiated, error, reactor offline, weapons offline, systems inoperable. Trouble with your blackjack, Maya. Shame. That's been happening to a lot of Royal Guard battlemechs lately. You have numbers on us and you've resorted to sabotage and you're gloating about it? You've got no honor, you vicious little brat. Not you nor your backstabbing father. Shut your mouth, old man. My father is a great man, and I swear to all the gods, you will suffer if you insult him again. Your father is a coward, and so are you. Maya, I want you to eject. Now, punch out. You're no good to anybody in a broken mech, and I won't let you die today. Eject, mech warrior. Now, that's an order. Now come for me, Victoria. Your teacher is waiting. Come and show me what you've learned.
Mission successful.
Is it now? We appear to have lost cutscene sound. Easy there, Emily. You took a nasty crack on the head when you punched out. Don't worry. You're safe now. Thankfully, there wasn't any dialogue we missed in that cutscene. My name is Darius Oliveira, and I'm the XO of Markham's Marauders. We're a mercenary outfit with ties to House Arano. We did some work for High Lord Tamati way back when. I'd introduce you to Commander Markham, but he was on a supply run in the market district when the bombs fell. Yeah, well, he didn't make it. You'll notice that now we get some dialogue choices. This is a role-playing game. Let's pick some dialogue. We're probably not in a very trusting mood right now. You rescued me. Why? Seemed appropriate given the circumstances. After seeing what happened to Markham, it didn't feel right leaving you in the hands of this new directorate. When we picked up your broadcast on the emergency band, we knew what we had to do. What about Rastet, Sir Raju Montgomery? Did you find him? We found his mech. It was completely cored out. Nobody survives a hit like that. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. We supported the Royal Guard on a handful of deployments, and Sir Raju earned my respect many times over. His death is a loss for us all. Were you able to recover my blackjack? Yeah, our mech techs hauled what left of it to the mech bay. It isn't pretty, but if you give him enough time, Yang can fix just about anything. Try not to take the loss too hard. Yang said that your mech shows signs of deliberate sabotage. Whoever you had working on it really did a number on the reactor. Punching out was the right move. So, what happens now? Well, things aren't looking too hot around here, what with the coup and all. House Espinosa's directorate is the new de facto government of the Eureka Reach. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but Lady Arano is dead. Her dropship was destroyed on takeoff. It's all over the news. Damn it. What a waste. Our sentiments exactly. We're getting the hell out of Aurigan territory. I've already booked transport on the first jump ship out. We're heading to a nice, quiet stretch of independent space all the way across the frontier on the Canopian border. Not a cheap trip, but we'll worry about how we're going to pay for it later. This is the first time we've moused over one of the different powers. As you can see, each of them have particular enemies they've chosen. Those would be the Aurigan Directorate, that would be the goat there, the Taurian Concordat, House Liao, or also known as the Compelling Confederation, and House Karita, also known as the Draconis Combine. On the far left there are pirates. Everyone's enemies with pirates. As for you, well, you've got options. According to your blood chit, you've got family out there in the Free Worlds League. If you could look into, I could look into booking you transport on a freighter bound from Merrick Space. I can't make any promises, but I'm willing to try. And now you'll notice we have a little option here that's in blue and in brackets. These will be options that we get for choices, either choices that we've made, or that might require a certain skill set or abilities, or maybe just for our backstory. In this case, we can say something specific to Darius. The League isn't my home. Never has been. My family moved to the Reach before I was born. In that case, you could stay with us for the long haul. When we get where we're going, we can drop you at the nearest planet. Maybe you can make a place for yourself there. Of course, I'll need you to pitch in for your share of the fuel, plus food, lodging, and repairs on your mech. Fair's fair, after all. Alternatively, you could find a place for yourself in the Marauders if you wanted to. Wouldn't take you long to work off your debt, and you ran with Mastiff, so I know you got chops. Think it over. Sleep on it. You've had a hell of a day, and we've got a long road ahead. Yes, we do. And that will be it for our video for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.